Hey everyone, welcome to our after show for Katanagatari, an anime that's kind of hard to pronounce sometimes, but I think I got it. I said it that many times. So, what do you think, Lesh? Want to start it off?
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it too.
It was a cool experience. It was funny because me and Nate, for this review, we thought it was going to actually be pretty short for us to do. We were like, oh, it's 12 episodes. But we found
I didn't know it was an hour long when I downloaded it. I was like, wait a minute, whoa. Yeah. That's pretty unusual. I don't know any anime that does that.
Yeah, because I know there's a couple anime more recently that do, at least the first episode, they'll have, an hour long. But beyond that, it's they always make it go back to 24 minutes afterwards.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting, seeing anime do something that's more like a Western style of storytelling where it's 15-minute episodes. So I definitely thought that was a pretty neat way to do it. And
they should put this on Netflix. Netflix loves hour-long episodes for because
Yeah, especially because it'd be very binge-worthy because you want to see what sort they're going to get next.
Oh, yeah. It was funny at the end of the episode when they would say it in the subtitles, it'd be like, alright, that's enough for this month episode. And I was like, man, wait a minute, you had to watch it once a month and wait so long? And me and I was talking about it, it's like, man, that second to last episode would have been killer. Because they just, no pun intended, when they killed Togame, well, they didn't kill her right off the bat, but they shot her, and it's just like, alright, I gotta wait a month to see her dying in Shichika's hands. And let's talk about that ending, because we were thinking about it. Did Togame really was planning to kill Shichika at the end or not?
Yeah,
I think we can both agree that probably not. I think she might have just been saying something.
Yeah, because some guy on Reddit noticed that, because me and Nate, we never really get the whole how Togame's eye would change. I didn't know it was actually her eye would change whenever she was scheming. So apparently, I think her eye was that way when she said she was going to kill Shichika, but whenever she was JK at the end, her eye was regular. So I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have, because she was a nice girl. Well,
yeah, because you can kind of interpret then that she said that as a scheme in order to make Shichika have enough rage within himself to then go destroy the swords. Yeah. And let me tell you, man, Shichika went Super Saiyan at the end. It was very amusing with the very first fighter, because he was like, alright, I have the most plain Jane sword, but the report says you can't break it. And he was like, oh no, that's just because Togame said it, but now she's dead, so break the sword. And I was like, whoa! And everyone was so startled. That was a really interesting moment. The whole fight with the 12 stars at the end was like, whoa, there's one after another killing. And except for the one time, he was just like, oh, that's just a hilt, not a sword, don't forget about you. And the death, I just gotta point this out, the death with the armor one was actually really, really disgusting. Because he made him all, he had an impact, so the guy inside the sword, it kind of exploded into goop, human goop, but it was still inside this armor, and I'm like, ew. It was just extra gross. I wanted to point that out, how gross I found it.
Yeah, I remember when he fought the girl that the 1,000 swords, and he just straight up just took out her left boob, and I was like, wow, dude. That's kind of impressive. And it was just cool, I felt kind of like a video game where it's just you have all the it's a boss fight.
When you at level 100, you upgrade every item in the game, and you're like, come at me, Sephiroth.
Yeah, it's like a boss rush at the end.
Oh yeah, a boss rush. That's what it made me think of, actually.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then his Emon Zaimon fight was pretty dope because it was
lit.
It was just they were just.
I still can't believe those were just two guns. I'm like, his sword is two guns.
Yeah. Oh, his sword was just his body, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised he actually didn't die at the end. That's actually the main reason that I wasn't satisfied with the actual ending, where they have him and the princess and whatnot. I was like, I can't fully explain it, but I was expecting him to actually be dead, because that would have been the most interesting, because he got cut up. And the fact that I wasn't expecting him to die fighting Emon Zaimon, but when he came at them and said, I'm looking to die, and I'm like, alright, then you better die. And then he gets the epilogue and he's still alive, and I'm like, man, you said you wanted to die. You say something, you better follow through. So I thought that moment where he was going to kill the Shogun and do the explosion thing, I was like, alright, now everybody's dead. Cool. Great, I'm glad. And then he was alive, and I'm like, oh, darn. And the princess chick at the end, I was just like, why are you here? I just felt out of place. I was like, I wish that just didn't happen. And then the episode just ended with the explosion. What do you think about that part?
I liked it. It was I like Yujiga's character so much because of how much he grew that I kind of didn't want him to die. I wanted to see how he'd be without Togame. So I like kind of how he still continued her wish, making the map of Japan. I thought that was pretty nice. And the princess joining, I thought was a little weird, but it's whatever. She lost her dude too, so it's might as well.
She's a gold digger. She was a little thirsty.
Yeah, it was funny because she started kind of acting a little bit like Togame with the whole acting like more cutesy thing. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would totally watch. They're not gonna make a second season out of this, but if they ever were to, I wouldn't mind like seeing how these guys would go to Japan and like do maps. That would be kind of a little bit.
Yeah, that might be the concept. Well, I wouldn't say that I hated the ending that Shichika, you know, when he collected himself, and then the epilogue, he was like all back to his normal self. I did like that, and then continuing the journey, I was like, all right, this shows that he did develop. He didn't like regress when he went to the moment with Togame, but I was like, man, he said Shiryo, and I was like, it's a perfect death, and they didn't die, and I was like, eh. But if I had to say something about the epilogue, yeah, I would say that his character development. Now that we saw that it wasn't all for naught, I was like, well, that's good. That's good on you, Shichika. Yeah. Go take the world by storm.
And you know, like. I thought the villain stuff was pretty cool, like how you had the Maniwani.
Man, I love Ho. He just cut off his whole arm. He was like, "I want to cut off my other one."
And like, whenever that girl came and attacked him in the snow place, and he brought the guy, and he's like, "I'm just gonna kill this guy right now." And be like, "Are we even?" I'm like, "Ooh, that was."
I was actually sad because otters are my favorite animals in the whole world. Out of all animals,
all right, buddy.
A very broad category, I know. But and when he killed the otter guy, I was just like, "Oh man, I liked him." And his power was kind of neat too. I was like, oh, it's very useful. And I was like, hey, let me kill our coolest guy. Now we don't have a cool advantage. And I'm like, you're being a little dramatic.
Yeah, and like Ho-Ho, like, his entire character was pretty interesting. How he can just like take people and just take everything about them and just continue to live.
Didn't he get AIDS?
Nah.
Okay.
Ho-Ho means phoenix.
Yeah, it was a bird.
Because you know how
Phoenix rises up.
It's like our boy Kyoma.
Owen Kyoma?
Yeah.
From Steins Gate?
Yeah, he's Ho-Ho.
And Ho-Oh from Pokemon. It all comes together.
It all makes sense. Steins Gate was animated by White Fox.
Oh, you're right.
Atari was animated by White Fox. Pokemon not animated by White Fox.
But it's Jap.
Yeah, it is.
It's all connected in some way.
Yeah, and it was cool, like, seeing this as, like, I guys seen all the Monogatari stuff for the most part. Just seeing another work of his in this style was really fascinating, because he's done some other works, but they haven't been, like, they're very all, like, dialogue heavy. But it was interesting, like, seeing this one, because, like, his Monogatari series is still ongoing, and there's still a lot more parts of that. But, like, it was cool, like, seeing him do, like, a self-contained story, and it was, like, pretty nice.
You know, the episode with Shichika and his sister was pretty amazing, and that battle was really something else. And that was really disturbing when she pulled off and she showed the sword in her chest. And I was like, whoa.
Whoa there.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, I like, it was just pretty funny to me when I saw episode 3. I liked the episode a lot, and then you see the preview for episode 4, and it looked really awesome.
Oh, yeah, and then it's just like a bait and switch.
Yeah, there's like a total troll moment. I was like, oh, that was pretty incredible. I actually remember when I was watching episode 4 being like, let's see, is there enough? Oh, there probably isn't enough. I guess, we're just not going to see the fight. That's, okay.
Although you did, it was a valuable episode because you learned how OP Shichika's sister was.
Yeah.
It was very disturbing when they had her as a baby and her parents were like, "Could you die, please?" And then she didn't die, and I'm like, well, that's a little rude, trying to kill children. But she was really messed up. I did not feel sad about her death.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what to feel for a hot minute, but then at the end, I was like, you know what? I'm glad she's gone. A very strange character.
She just killed people and was like, I want to get power. And I'm like, well, that's something, I guess.
She did a lot of killing.
Yeah.
And Shichika, too. I liked how Togame pointed out. It was like, is it just normal for your family to kill each other all the time? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Katanagatari, man, good show.
Yep.
You know, the whole Cheerio thing was pretty funny. How she didn't know until, like, I like how the narrator actually pointed out that, like, she's saying the wrong thing, but she won't know until later. I thought that was pretty funny. And then when she knows he said it was wrong, I was like,
She's so embarrassed.
Yes. I don't really know how she would even gotten Cheerio, but, you know.
I mean,
because the Japs were pretty isolated at the time. It's not like they were talking
English. That is true. Well, Ho did say that he already knew Cheerio was a foreign word, so maybe just one day some Englishman rolled up to this port and was like, oh, what's this country? Never mind Cheerio. And they're like, oh, that's an interesting word he said there.
Yeah.
Never know what it means.
Or maybe she looked in the future and saw English people saying that word.
Well, she doesn't have that power.
You don't know.
That's the princess's thing. Well, sort of.
Yeah.
I guess she never really did. Did you have full-on prediction powers, or was it just, like, nothing?
I think
she was related to Shizaki or whatever.
I think, like, she would... I think she knew some stuff, but I don't think her power was as good as her, ancestor.
Yeah.
I think she would have been kind of interesting if they did an episode where actually just showed Shigezaki and the first Kyoto Ryu head. They kind of like teased that in the episode where it's like mentally whatever was going on, and it'd be kind of interesting to make like an OVA, because they could actually make an OVA for the series. They're not going to do now because it's been 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, it really could have worked for that particular moment.
Yeah, because there actually is like a 13th volume that's a spinoff.
Ooh,
that tells the story about the ninjas. Like it's like a history on the ninjas.
That'd be kind of interesting.
So the whole like Animal Squad thing was pretty funny to me because I couldn't really figure it out at first. There's like a bird squad, and then I think there's
the bird squad, the insect squad, and the fish squad.
Yeah, so there's 12.
I think it was the aquatic squad because it was like an otter, a duck, and like a fish.
Yeah, so there should be
the penguin.
So there should be like 4 in each of them. For the birds, you have
because it's 12.
Yeah,
12. So
what was the fourth one that's missing?
In the bird group?
Yeah, because I'm guessing penguin.
Oh no, duck was in the bird group. Sea turtle was in the aquatic group. So the insect group was the freaking butterfly, the tall, lanky guy.
Yeah. And the other
short guy.
They all died. So
and I think the very first guy.
Oh, okay.
Like the very first episode.
I guess
and then the one guy that talked backwards for 2 seconds. I can't remember what his animal was, but he might have been one of the missing bird ones that we didn't count. I mean, we could look it up right now, but we don't care that much. But it kind of matches up. So yeah, we had interesting groups. That would have been, nice to see more backstory. We did see their village at one point, but it was like
destroyed.
Yeah,
because everyone went crazy.
Yep, poor Ho.
He sure killed everybody in the village. I'm like, wow, man, it's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we got to say for this. So all in all, good characters being introduced, left alone, characters recurring, all good stuff. This anime was just good all around. I pray to God it had a dub, but it never did. So sad to hear that. Yep. Yeah, but in general, it was really something. I hate how it's not streamable. So some people are like, I really hate pirating a lot, but it's like, you might have to just go against your morals and go to Kiss Anime and take a peek at that. But if you don't mind that,
Yeah, or if you're like really rich, you can probably find the Blu-ray somewhere.
Yeah, and if you know what torrents are, it's easier to find that way, just in my opinion.
Yeah.
I won't tell you where because YouTube will strike us. But that's just about it. So, yep, we'll see you guys next time with our film review again. I haven't pulled out a lot of those because I've been a little busy all the time. But it's a film, Summer Wars. I heard a lot of good things about it.
It's like probably I like that film a lot.
I am ready to watch it.
It's so good.
What was that film? People who made that film, what other was the big film they made? Because I watched one.
Girl, What's Her Time?
Yeah, I saw that one. It was amazing. Alright, well, catch you guys next time with that review. Bye-bye.